Gove.
Thank you very much. As many of you may know, I didn't believe that it was right in the first place that the MOD should be disposing of this land. I felt that the last government should have kept faith with the army and with those who've served here, and I felt that actually, rather than being unhappy about the military presence here, it's something of which we should be proud. But the decision was taken. The wheels have been set in motion, and part of the Ministry of Defence's plans for the future depend on allowing this site to be developed. Now that it is going to be developed, we have a critical opportunity to ensure that it's developed in line with our priorities. All of us here will have different things which we consider to be critically important aspects of how this site might be developed. Some of us will be worried about the sheer number of dwellings. Others of us might want to preserve some of the architecture that is there at the moment that we think is of value. Yet others of us will insist that however many houses might be built, that they're in keeping with the character of the rest of the village, and that they are attractive dwelling places that all of us can be proud of. Whatever our individual priorities, there are some things which I suspect unite us all. We all recognise that the transport issues in this part of the world are chronic. And it's already the case that we have, at certain pinch points around Surrey Heath, real traffic problems, not just at certain rush hour points, but throughout the day. And the additional arrival of 1,200 dwellings and a supermarket and a place of worship and a sports hub and a school will all place an additional strain on facilities that are already near to breaking point. So we've got to make sure that the local authority are clear that we don't want the development to proceed unless there are guarantees that we will have the sort of investment required to make the development, in the best sense of the word, sustainable. One thing I suspect many of you will be aware of is that when the Alma-Dettinger development went ahead, there were certain undertakings that were given about additional investment under what's called Section 106. Basically the deal that any developer signs, which means if you let me go ahead with building, I'll put some money into improving facilities around that building. Now that deal wasn't honoured in the way that many people had expected that it might be, and we've got to make sure that before any development goes ahead, we're all clear what the obligations of a developer and others are in order to make sure that the ramifications for everyone who already lives here are beneficial and not adverse. My job, as your Member of Parliament, before being a member of the government, is to make sure that I can carry your views to all those institutions that matter. As you can see, with the Borough Council responsible for designing the strategy, the plan for the future, with the County Council as the relevant body that's responsible for transport, with the MOD having to try to make as much money as possible out of handing over the site, you've already got three powerful interests, and we need to make sure that they continue to talk to one another, and that as they talk to one another, that your voice is the most important.
Thank you.